Welcome everyone back to the channel. My name is Mike, and today we're playing Iron Helm. Alrighty, so I already recorded one playthrough of this. It was a good playthrough too. I got my butt kicked twice. First time really fast, so I just ran it back real quick. Yeah, there's always little problems. So we're going to do it again. The upside is I get to play Iron Helm again. So we're going to draw a character randomly. It's how I like to do it. We're not taking Mizlek, the beggar. We're going to get Fayon. Fayon has the top number, starting there, 14 health. He has 11 energy, a carrying capacity of 10, 1 ration, and 3 gold. He starts with a buckler and robes, and his starting skill is dodge. I'll kind of explain that as we go. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to get 3 gold. 1, 2, and 3. We're going to get 1 ration. He gets 11 energy, so we leave 3 behind. He has 14 health, so we're going to leave 4 behind. 2, 3, 4. Just to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10. Let's see. No, there's only 4 there. Okay. Yep. 14. Just like I thought. Don't know why I second guessed myself. Sorry about that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use this little dungeon deck here, and we're going to go through this dungeon. We're going to fight monsters. We're going to go through different rooms, gain loot, all that kind of stuff, and hopefully do well enough that we make it to the end, fight the big bad one, which will be one of 3 different bosses, and hopefully we win, and we'll get to continue on where I'll show you level 2 that continues to kick my butt. You will find that I don't have every skill and every character in this game, despite owning all of it except for the gnome pack, because I haven't unlocked it yet, basically. Until I get there and beat that level or whatever, I'm just not going to open those packs to give myself a little way to do it. So our character is going to start out with a buckler and robes. These are skills, Mike. But while we're here, we'll get the dodge skill. I'll show you that. The dodge skill says you gain 1 less poison damage from the arrow trap. That's going to be one of the cards that we draw. When that happens, we're going to take 1 less poison from it. Pretty self-explanatory. Our starting trappings are going to be the buckler and the robes. So we'll go through here and we'll find those. So here's the buckler. And it says subtract 1 from initial damage. If you suffer a single hit of 4 or more damage, your buckler breaks. Not the greatest skill in the world, or item in the world, but it's not the worst either. And then we will get the robes, which is one of the coolest items in the game, I think, if I can find it. And the robes say you may avoid 1 skirmish per level, which will make a lot more sense when we see it. So we'll put that on. It doesn't really do much else for us other than that, which that's not a small thing, as small as that may sound. If you ever played this, you know. So one of the things I like to do, though, is technically by the rules, you're supposed to go through here and pick whatever you want. I like to, in Underquest, the starting market, we'll call it, is 5 cards, and you buy from that. It just creates more interesting gameplay, I think. So that's what I'm going to do. If we don't get a weapon because we need one, I'll go through here and pick one. But I like to see what it offers me first. So like this, we get the wooden staff, the torch, the battle axe, and the short bow. So with that being said, and we have 1, 2, 3 gold. I'm actually going to sell the buckler for 1. I don't know if you can sell stuff at the first one, actually. So what we'll do is we'll just spend 3 and take the wooden staff. I don't know if you can sell. I know you can sell to the merchant. I don't know if you can sell to this guy. I don't think he buys anything, because otherwise I would have bought that battle axe. We're going to do it this way. Maybe next playthrough, because there will be more. If I find out a different ruling, we'll do that. So we got all this shuffled up. And then we're going to go through this deck, and I'll kind of explain that as we go. A couple little basic things. We have our dungeon level here. As we go down, it's going to affect different stats on our enemies and such. We have our morality track, which in Iron Helm, at least with this base dungeon deck, doing the bad thing is almost always the better choice. So we'll be doing a lot of that. In one of the future playthroughs, we'll use the blue dungeon deck. It balances out a little bit more. And when Underquest finally shows up, which of course I backed it, it balances a lot more. It's a lot more impactful. You can go either way. So the way this game works is you're going to draw 2 dungeon cards off the top. And you're going to choose either left door or right door. So we're going to choose left door in this case. And you see the numbers 1 and 2. That's going to determine what box you're going to read based on what number card it is. So in this case, we drew it first, so we'll go with the 1. Surely your cunning will see you out of this wizard's maze. Discard 1 ration. If you have no rations, lose 3 health. So we can either actually resolve this card or push our luck into the second one. This one's not terrible. We'll just spend the ration. And we will move on. Now, while that sounds bad, there are much worse things that can happen to us. And the idea is to get through this dungeon deck into some plot cards, and I'll kind of show you how that you'll earn these little symbols that get you to the boss. So we're going to take the arrow trap, gain 1 poison token, which that dodge skill lets us take 1 less. So we'll resolve that, and we'll move on again. Left door, right door, we will choose this one, ambush. You catch your foe by surprise and gain the upper hand. Draw an enemy card and ignore their initial damage. And add the dungeon level, that dungeon level thing I was referring to earlier, to their health. So we will actually activate this. And we get a wolf. And the wolf has 3 health, has 2 bonus damage, we'll call it. A treasure class of 1. He's weak to fire, and you may avoid this conflict by spending 1 ration. So we're gonna ignore his initial damage. And the way this works is initial damages, they get to go first every time. You always lose initiative. And under quest, that's a different thing. With this ambush card, we get to ignore their first attack. So that's what we're gonna do. He has 4 health, 3 plus the dungeon level. Hopefully I made enough sense with all that and didn't confuse you. So one of the decisions you're going to have to make is how much energy you spend to roll dice. Otherwise, you just do 1 damage. And then he'll hit you, and then you do 1 damage, and then he'll hit you, and that kind of thing, and that's terrible, obviously. So I got a 50-50 chance of taking him out if I spend 1. So we're going to do that. And, of course, I rolled a 1. So he's going to take 1 damage. And then he's going to attack us, and then he's going to roll 2 dice. This is kind of how I like the last playthrough went, so at least the universe is smiling at me. Here, let's show him. Yeah, almost exactly the same. So when the enemy attacks you, you add that number to the difference of these two. So it's 6 minus 2. So 2 plus 4 is 6 damage. Now, our buckler says we subtract 1 from initial damage, except this isn't initial damage, so we don't have to remove it. And if you suffer a single hit of 4 or more, it breaks. Well, we just did, so we also lose our shield. So that's 6 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now we get to go. We're going to spend 1 ration again, because, you know, why not? It's a 5. That's enough to take it out. Now, because of its treasure, we get to draw a loot card. We get an undeath potion. It has a weight of 1. All your items have weight. You can only carry so much. Discard to destroy any undead foe with 5 or less base health, or discard to make any enemy weak to undead attacks. I don't use this a whole lot. Hopefully that changes this playthrough. So we have 1, 2, 3 weight now. So we got plenty of room for new stuff. We're going to draw 2. We're going to take 1. It is a skirmish card. I don't want to resolve that. So we're going to push our luck into... Normally, I would do it. I would just skip it with the robes ability on level 1. You get a little more wiggle room. We get a skirmish. So now I don't want to fight this. We're going to activate our robe ability. Lets us avoid that. We'll get 2 new cards. We get another skirmish. We're going to push our luck again. Hopefully it's not another skirmish or ambush. And it's another skirmish. So this time, we're going to draw an enemy card and add the dungeon level +4 to their health. So this undead warrior now has 10 health instead of 5. It will do a bonus damage of 3. Has 1 treasure. It's undead. It gives us 1 gold when we defeat it. And you lose a blessing with initial damage. I had to look at that for a second. So he's got 10 health. He's going to hit us. Hopefully he misses. Now, the difference between us and them was we roll 2 dice. We add them together. When they roll 2 dice, it's the difference between them. And in case of doubles like this, they just miss. So we got lucky. They missed. Now, we're going to use our undead potion I just talked about. Discard this to destroy any undead foe with 5 or less base health. This has 5 base health. We're going to take it out. Don't get any better than that. We're going to get 1 gold, which we forgot to spend our 3 on our staff, so that's gone. Get 1 gold and our loot card. So if you're yelling about, hey, spend your gold, I just did. We'll get the field guide, get an additional ration whenever you enter the Mushroom Grove, and we'll get to move on. I would have liked a better weapon or some armor or something right there, but... Oh, look. Merchant. Level 1. We draw 1 loot, 1 potion. The loot we draw is a shield. It costs 4. I don't think we can afford that. We'd have to sell literally everything. And the potion is a spark bomb potion. It will cost us 1 gold. I'll probably buy that with the 1 gold that we have. I'd like to keep the shield, but it is what it is. These go away. Now, you want to be careful when you discard these. When you've looked at the first one, you don't want to look at the second one. That's the point, is you don't know what you're going to run into. We're going to choose the left side. It's an ambush. We're going to activate it in the first slot because it gives us that ignore their initial damage. So we're going to add 1 to its health. Oh my goodness. We got a cave troll. Has 8 health. Treasure of 2. It's weak to fire. It'll smack us for 4 if it gets to hit us. And you may avoid this by spending 3 gold. We don't have 3 gold. We'll add 1 to its health. So up to 9. And we're going to use our spark bomb potion that we just picked up. 2d6 plus 5. Can't beat that. So that's 7 plus 5 is 12. It's enough to take it out. We get a gold. And a treasure class of 2 means we get a loot and a potion. So we get the Grave Stomper. When fighting an undead enemy and you roll doubles, add 4 to the sum of your attack, which is very nice. Also with our Spark Bomb potion that we just used, we would add 3 to it from our wooden staff, which we didn't end up needing, but that's something I should mention. So we'll go ahead and put the Grave Stomper on. Here's our potion. We get a health potion. That'll let us heal 4 health. We're going to actually use that right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And we will move on. We are into the last room of the dungeon. Let's go left side. And we get a skirmish. I think we're going to push our luck. We're going to go past it. Let's see what it is. It's an altar. Sometimes a sanctuary is found in the least expected place. You drop at the altar and pray for a blessing or healing. Gain a blessing token or discard D6 minus D6 poison tokens. We don't have any poison, so we're going to take the blessing. Let's go ahead and make sure I mix these up from the last time I played. pretty sure, but now we're on camera. Everybody can see it. We'll take one of those. Now the way these blessing tokens work is when you go to fight the boss. Matter of fact, I'm going to put one on here so I don't forget. You fire those off. You'll get either energy or health or cure poison with them. You're going to need that when you fight the big bads. So at the end of the level, we're going to spend a ration. We don't have any, so we're going to take 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. If you had poison, you would double it. We currently don't. You move to the next level of the dungeon and you draw the plot card. This is how you get to the boss. And if I'm kind of skipping over some of this, I apologize again. I just had a video that didn't work. So as you approach the clearing, you see another walking in your direction. You quickly realize you are gazing into a mirror that covers an entire wall. You put your hand to it, and your hand pushes through. Walk into the looking glass. You slowly pass into the mirror and feel a strange breeze pass by you. A breeze in a dungeon. Roll d6 and resolve. So we will roll a d6. We get a 4. You come through the other side and feel slightly larger. You may add 1 to your max encumbrance. That's cool. I don't know how I'm going to track that. We'll actually just use this little die here for now. And we get these 3 icons on the bottom. This is how you get to the boss. When you have 10 of these eyes, you get to go straight in and fight the boss. We'll refresh our robes. We'll shuffle up the dungeon deck. And that's how you play Iron Helm. And we're going to play this on the channel quite a bit. I kind of like this game if you haven't noticed. I highly recommend it. It's a blast. It's simple. Decent choices. Nothing mind Bernie. If you come home from work, you want to spend 40 minutes banging out a game. This is it. Some are only going to last 10 minutes, so that works out real nice. It's over on the Game Crafter. And if you watched my video on Underquest, Underquest is like a 2.0 version of this game. I don't think it will necessarily replace this, but it does definitely do some things differently. And you may prefer it. So we're going to get our 2 dungeon doors, and we're going to pick left. Let's see what we get. We get a skirmish. We're going to push our luck. And we get a clearing. Anything can happen in a clearing. Draw a plot card. All right. The Traveler. A cloaked figure approaches you. You place your hand on your weapon, fearing a conflict. However, the old man reveals himself as a cleric and makes a gesture of peace. He places his hand on your shoulder and whispers to himself. Gain either health or energy equal to your position on the morality track, which we're still currently at 0. So now we have 5 eyes towards the boss. We're halfway there. We're only in dungeon level 2. Well, we chose an ambush. You catch your foe by surprise and gain the upper hand. Draw an enemy card and ignore their initial damage and add the dungeon level to their health. We're going to actually do this one. So we're going to get an enemy, and it is the Assassin. And if resolving an ambush card that was drawn as the second card, the Assassin gets inflict initial damage twice. We'll get a gold and a treasure level of 1 if we defeat him. He's weak to fire. So he will have 6 health. We're going to spend 2 energy to roll 2 dice. We do 7 damage. That's enough to take him out. We get a gold. He goes away. We get a loot. And the loot is an elven bow. The bows are good. It just, I can't seem to make them work yet. I don't play well enough yet at this game. It has 2 weight. It's a 2-handed weapon. Deal 2 damage to your foe before taking initial damage, which is kind of cool. I can't seem to make it work. I'm going to do it for sure one of these plays, just not today. So we'll get rid of that. Do you have Iron Helm? Do you enjoy it? If you do, go ahead and drop it in the comments. You know we love that stuff. Let's go left door. We get the altar. We're going to gain another blessing token. Let's see. Left door, right door. We're going to go left door again. It's a treasure card. You find an open chest that has been looted. A single coin remains. Well, single coin is all you need sometimes. It's better than no coins. So we'll go ahead and get one of those. Left door, right door. And Fayon is doing okay. We get a merchant. We are on level 2. So we're going to draw 2 loot and 1 potion and see what he's offering. We get the lamp. That's a pretty nice card. Once per dungeon level, you may reveal both dungeon cards and choose one. Second one is... Oh, there we go. Attack results of 6 deal 7 damage. And plus 3 to the sum of attack roll versus enemies weak to fire. Costs 5 gold. Okay. The potion he has is an antidote. It costs 1. Discard 3 poison. Really want to get that cinder blade. So how do we pull that off? We got 1, 2, 3 money. We need to sell 2 things. We'll sell our weapon and our weapon. So the trapping goes here. The loot card goes there. We'll spend all 3 gold this time. So you're not screaming at the screen. And we will get this bad dude. Yeah. Go ahead and hook that up. We're all out of options for everything else, so it's going to have to go back. I'd like to have that lamp, but that weapon is definitely where it's at. Get 2 more cards. Alrighty, we're going to go right door this time. We get a Mushroom Grove. We have the field guide, so instead of gaining 1 ration, we gain 2. Can't beat that. So let's make sure I grab those. Alright, left door, right door. Let's go left door. We get an ambush. We're going to fire it off. Might as well be the aggressor. Against a goblin. Has a treasure class of 1. Will give us a gold. We can avoid it by spending a gold. He only has 2 health. We're going to add 2 to him so he has 4 health. And he's weak to ice. So the sword doesn't help us in that regard. I don't want to spend 2 energy, but I don't want this guy hitting me either. So we're going to spend the 2 energy. We're just going to roll 2. That's a little overkill, but he's dead. We get a gold. He has a treasure class of 1, so we get a loot. And it is scale armor. Subtract 2 from initial damage and counter strikes. That's considered by some the best armor in the game. We're definitely going to hold on to that. Do we have the room? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of 10 of 11. Yeah. We're definitely going to... Now the question is, do we put it on now? Or do we leave on the robes? Because the robes let us just skip a skirmish. We're in the last room of the dungeon. Or of this level. We'll leave the robes on for now. We're going to go left door. It's a skirmish. And then we'll just activate the robes to skip it. We'll go to the end. We'll eat. We'll get our energy for that. We'll move down to level 3. We'll do a plot. And then we're going to have to level up a skill, I think. The Pigman. You are drawn to the sounds of a whimpering animal. You are amazed to find a very small, pig-like creature with a human likeness, caught in a snare trap. You can release the Pigman. The frightened creature looks confused when you release it. It pauses for a moment and then takes off on 2 feet. Move up one of the morality track. Or you can carve up the Pigman. Your belly rumbles at the sight of the Pigman, and you get to work preparing a fire. Move down one of the morality track and gain 3 energy. I mean, I do like bacon, and it's worth 1 eye, so that gives us 6 eyes, so we'll move down 1. We'll gain 1, 2, 3 on the energy there. So look at these. So you move. If you do the good thing, you just move up on the morality track. But if you do the bad thing, you gain 3 energy. I mean, doing the bad thing is almost always the right thing. It just is. So there's that. And now, let's talk about our skills. We have 5 enemies here. This is how you level up. Now, we can spend... I'll show you our character card here. And if you've seen this before, you can get a drink or something. Our character has an agility as our base deal. So any agility skill, like here on dodge, it's going to cost us 3 of these enemies. This is like our experience pool. But anything else is going to cost us 5. So we'll look through the skill deck here and decide what we want to do. I like herbalism a lot. I like dual wield a lot. Axe mastery a lot. Parry, not so much. Martial arts is okay. Outside of dodge, there's not a whole lot in the agility tree that I actually like, unfortunately. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to take alchemy. We're going to spend 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn them face down to get the alchemy skill. Gain 2 potions of your choice, and whenever you draw a new potion card, you may draw 1 extra potion and pick 1 to keep, and then discard the other. So we get to go and get 2 that we want. So we'll go into the deck here. I think that's the actual way it works. We're going to take a health potion. We're going to take an energy potion. An energy potion lets us restore energy, as you would suspect. And that's how leveling up works. And then we're going to continue doing that. And hopefully things go our way. They're definitely not terrible right now. We'll refresh our robes. We have 6 eyes out of the 10 that we need. We have the Cinder Blade. We got a health potion and energy potion. We're doing okay on both of those stats too. Now, which do we equip? Do we leave the robes on? I think we do. So we're going to go left door, right door. We're going to take the right door this time. And it is an ambush. We're going to fire that off. We get the Undead Archer. It has 4 health. In this case, it's going to have 7 health. 2 damage. Class of 1. Gives us a gold. He's undead. And you may not defend against initial damage, which isn't going to be an issue here. So he has 7 health. He's not weak to fire. So we're going to roll 2 dice, I think. And hopefully that's enough. 1, 2. There we go. We rolled an 8. So unlike them, we don't miss on doubles. So that's enough to take them out. We get a gold. We're up to 2 gold. We get a new loot. We get a nice little buckler here. Here we go. Subtract 1 from initial damage. That helps. Plus 1 damage to the sum of attack rolls. That helps too. And may be used with 2-handed weapons. We don't have one, but that'll work out. So we'll go ahead and equip that. That's pretty strong. Let's go left or right. We'll go left again. Or left this time. Campsite. We can spend a ration to gain 3 energy. Or we can search and gain 1 ration. Or spend 1 ration to gain 2 health and lose a poison. We don't have any poison. We have energy and health potions. And our energy levels aren't terrible, but getting 3 energy is always good. We're gonna cook. We're gonna spend 1 ration. We're gonna gain 3 energy. Because if you don't have any energy, you can't fight. Definitely don't want any of that. So left door, right door. We're gonna go right door this time. We get the Mushroom Grove. Good choice, because with the field guide, we get 2 rations. Well, that worked out. Whew. All right. Feel better about that other choice. We're going to take right door again. We get a skirmish. We're actually going to exhaust the robes to avoid that skirmish. And then we're going to put on our scale armor for the rest of the dungeon. Or rest of the level. We go left door, right door. We're going to go right or left door. We get the merchant. We're on level 3. So we get 2 loot and 2 potions. We only got $2, but he's selling us an explorer's map for $2. Lose 1 less ration when you're lost in the labyrinth. The longsword, which we don't need. because we have a better version. We basically have the fire longsword. An energy potion. And a spark bomb potion. I think we're going to buy the 2 potions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11. Ooh. We are all full up on weight though. So what we'll do is we're going to use this energy and health potion. We're going to use both of those. So we'll get 2 energy, 4 health, 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll buy both of those potions. So we have the room in our backpack, and we will move on. And the way this game works, as far as that goes, you can drink potions at any time. It's pretty liberal with those rules. We're going to go left and right. We're going to go left. We're going to get a skirmish. I think we're just going to fight it. I don't want to push our luck into an ambush or something bad like that. We're just going to fight it, I think. So it says you draw your weapon and ready for battle. Draw an enemy card and add the dungeon level +2 to their health. So we're going to get this +5 health. It's the Wraith. It has 12 health. Initial damage and counter strike. Steal blessings. That's terrible. Don't like that at all. So it's going to attack first because it's a skirmish and not an ambush. But we take 2 and 3 from initial damage. So it's just whatever it rolls. It cancels out its additional attack. It's going to do 2 damage to us and steal a blessing. So we don't want that to happen anymore. So we're just going to spend 1, 2, 3 energy so we can roll all 3 dice. It's undead, so it's not weak to fire or anything. That is terrible. Holy cow. Well, we don't want... Since this thing's going to steal the blessing anyway, we're going to spend that blessing to reroll. And that's 13 damage. +1 is 14 damage. That's enough to take it out. It's got a treasure loot of 2, so we get a loot and a potion. This is personally my favorite weapon in the whole game, is the Ice Hack. And the reason being is I can pair that with Axe Mastery, and I get to reroll 1s and 2s. I don't know what end boss we're going to fight, but I think I'm taking this. I think I'm taking the axe. So I'm taking the axe. I'm ditching the Cinder Blade, partly because I have a Spark Bomb potion. So now we have a strength against fire and a strength against ice in case we get to the boss. So that's what we're going to do. And then the potion we get, it's an ice shard. I'd like to take it, but there's really no room for it unless I ditch the field guide. I don't really want to do that because I already have an ice axe. So that's going to be the choice I make. You can tear me up in the comments for getting rid of the Cinder Blade. And then I'm going to take the right card. Skirmish. We're going to push our luck this time. I know it's inconsistent. Oh. Get the arrow trap. We have dodge, so we're going to take 1 poison instead of 2. Because it's the second choice. Your greed has you walking blindly into a storm of arrows. Gain 2 poison tokens. Well, we gained 1. So that's 1 damage. But that's better getting a fight. And possibly taking 4 damage. So we're going to go left. Oh, yeah. We're gonna do it one more time. How lucky are we, folks? We are not lucky at all. We get an ambush. Your foe catches you by surprise. Remember what I told you I was worried about? Gaining the upper hand. Draw an enemy card and add the dungeon level to their initial damage. Not their health. Damage. And add the dungeon level +4 to their health. So they're going to get +7 health and a ton of damage. It's a zombie. They don't do additional damage or initial damage. That's perfect. Can't beat that. We got lucky. So he's going to have 9 health. We get to attack him. We are going to spend... We're going to spend 3. 1, 2, 3. We're just not going to risk it. That's plenty. He's toast. We get a treasure card, and that treasure card is the Warhammer, which we don't want. And that brings us to the end of the level. We're going to spend our ration. We're going to gain our energy. We only have 1 poison, so we don't gain any more. Go down to level 4 to our next plot card, and we have In Dire Need. Loud squealing echoes off the caravan walls in the clearing. You see a small pig-like man being cornered by a large gray serpent. Defend the pig man. I don't think so. You dash to the rescue of the feeble creature, but the serpent has a greater foe than you. First thought, and you are bitten badly before striking the fatal blow to the reptile. Lose 3 health and gain 1 poison token. Move up 2 on the morality track. Yeah, I don't really worry about that. Keep moving on. You decide to leave the swine and defend itself. As you creep away into the next passage, you hear a loud scream, followed by silence. Move down 1 on the morality track. It's a good thing the pigman took care of that thing on his own. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're definitely going to have to go through 1 more dungeon. We're going to get this shuffled up. Double check all our stuff real quick. 2, 3, that's 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We get this back. And we have that extra encumbrance, which is why we're 1 over. If you're just now joining late in the video, here we go. We're going to get this thing shoveled up. Now, I think we're going to start off with the robes so we can avoid a skirmish. If we find a clearing, we might be into the boss pretty soon. So there's that. We're going to go right card. We get a skirmish. What did I tell you? We're just going to use it. We're going to get rid of that. Put our scale armor back on. Left card, we get an ambush. We're going to resolve that. We're going to add 4 health. And ignore their initial damage. So he's going to have 7 health. And if he hits us, we gain a poison. He's not too bad either. We got pretty good. We got pretty lucky on some of these. And he's weak to ice. So we do an additional 3 damage to him. Plus this lets us do 1 damage. That's plus 4. We're going to risk it. We're going to risk it, folks. That's 3. Plus 4 is 7. That's all we needed. He doesn't give us any treasure. He's just in the way. And then we will move on to the next room. We're going to go left door, right door. Clearing. Now, if this has 2 eyes on it, this is over. Anything can happen in a clearing. Draw a plot card. All right, let's see if this dungeon level's over or not. The Goblin King. You may avoid this conflict by discarding loot and trapping cards with a total combined value of 4 or more. Oof. Now, if I avoid this, we continue on. And if I fight him, he's going to punch us in the face really hard. He is weak to fire. We do have a spark bomb potion. I say we fight him. We're going to do it. We're just going to do it. I don't like where we are in energy, though. But I have to get rid of something. I could toss away that buckler. It's about the only thing we would be able to do. See, it's decisions like this that make this game fun. I'm going to take him off. We're going to fight him. So he gets 13 health. Let's see if I can find a 12 on one of these. There we go. He's going to roll. He's going to roll 3. We block 3 on the initial damage. So it's just going to be what he rolls. Hopefully he doesn't roll a 5 or something crazy like that. So we take 5 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's why I was contemplating, like, no way, he's not going to hit us that hard. And then he hits us that hard. Okay. And then we're going to use our Spark Bomb Potion. We're going to roll 2 plus 5. That's 15 damage. That's enough to take him out. We get that. We're going to get a loot card. It's a health potion. We're going to drink that right now. That's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I guess that's not the worst thing that could have happened. We get another potion card because he's loot 2. Antidote. We're going to drink that. Get rid of our poison. And now we have enough eyes to go to the boss. And the way you figure out the boss is you take up all your enemies. We got Frost, Undead, Undead, Undead. Well, that's not good for us. Frost, Fire, Fire, Undead. Which one is the most. Which if we add this guy in, which I don't know if we're supposed to or not because of the eyes, it's a tie. And in the case of a tie, ice beats fire, fire beats dead. So it would be the fire boss. But I'm not, I mean, he is an enemy that we've taken out. So we're going to do it that way. We're going to take the fire boss, which doesn't help us. Plus, we get a reminder to use our blessings, which we don't have. And against the fire boss, we have the Naga. He has 21 hit points. Initial damage of 3. Every time he hits us, we'll take 2 poison. And he's a treasure class of 2 if we can manage to beat him. At least we made it. There's 12. There's 9. Come on, let's see a miss. Let's go for a miss. Well, it's 1. Plus 3. Minus 3, so it's 1. We take 1 damage, but we do get 2 poisons. And the way poison works is now our health is effectively lowered by 2. We're going to spend 3 energy. 1, 2, and 3. We don't get any bonuses except for the shield. So that's 5, 10, plus 1 is 11. This goes down to 1. So he's got 10 hit points left. All right. This roll's going to matter. This roll's going to matter quite a bit. He rolls. It's 2 plus 3. This time we only subtract 2, though. So that's 5. We take 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. We take 2 more poison. 1, 2. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 health left. So we technically have 2 health. We're going to use this energy potion. We're going to get 2 energy. We're going to spend 1, 2, 3 of that energy. We need to do 9 damage. So our buckler gives us plus 1. We do 12, and we take out the Naga. Whew. Can't beat that. I will take that all day. So we take the Naga out. We get to see some loot. We get the magic ring. That is awesome. We get holy water, which we probably won't keep, but we will hold on to that magic ring. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 10 encumbrance. So we could definitely hold it, and that lets us avoid ambushes. And that is a play of Iron Helm. And when we continue on, which we will, Fayon will go into dungeon level 2, which has kicked my butt every time I've played it. And if you're watching this, you're probably like, yeah, I can see why. You're terrible at this game. That's fine. But I enjoy it. Also, we will get to cash the Naga in for trophies. We had 4 other guys we hadn't used yet. We're going to do the same thing with that. I probably should have got a skill somewhere along the way. I didn't. We'll just cash it in for trophies. Unless it lets me cash it in for a skill still, in which case I'll cross-class with the Nog. I'll have to look that up. I don't know what the actual rules on some of these weird edge cases are. And I don't take this game very seriously. It's just a lot of fun to play. I highly recommend it. If you see something I did wrong or something, don't forget to let me know in the comments. If you think I did some bad choices, you can let me know that in the comments too. I enjoy it. I'm just enjoying these games these days. Not getting too crazy with the rules and stuff. For a minute there, I was trying to do the best videos possible, the most rules perfect videos possible. If I'm going to do this, it's just going to have to be fun. It's just where we are. I got too many other things going on right now to worry about being perfect on the internet. So I want to thank everybody for being here today. I can't wait to see you on the next one. So don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss anything that we're doing over here. I want to thank everybody for being here. It means a ton. And you have a great one.